Hello everybody and welcome back. Is the crypto winter finished? Well, we're going to go over it today. So sit back, hit the subscribe button, and drop a comment. Now, Bitcoin has been doing much better. As a matter of fact, it's sitting at 43,584 as of today, which is much better than the 35,000 that it was sitting just a few days ago. So we're looking at a lot of great things. Looking at the volume of Bitcoin is doing superb. It's doing really great. It's got that wonderful distance in between it that we were talking about in the previous videos that we had. So this is where we want to see. You can see we had a wonderful candle of the 4th, right? We're starting to grow up. We're really kind of breaking out of that, making some new support, which is fantastic. So that support is sitting about 36,000 here is where we're kind of sitting it in. Now, I think we are going to see, of course, another jump coming in. Even look at the volume. The RSI is looking great as well. So everything is really kind of pointing to that it's really going to continue to move forward, really healthy. Really good, strong signs of reversal coming in from that downtrend that we had, right? So we had this range moving in, slowly rising up, but obviously on the 3rd and the 4th, it really broke loose. Then there was some uncertainty coming from the 5th and the 6th, but it does look like it's starting to buy in. Now, we do have some selling going on, but I think it's just a little temporary hiccup, right? A little bit of a retracement that's just kind of putting you back on your seat. But I would expect to see $50,000 probably in the next month, easy, 55,000 coming in the next month or two. Definitely before July gets here, we should be back to where we started. So it's looking fantastic. Now, are we going to reach 100,000? Maybe, maybe not before next year. But 67 was the cap where we reached last time before we started to see this downfall. So a little bit of ways to go. Another 24,000 to climb back up to, but it's definitely possible. Speaking on Ethereum had been a little bit rocky as well, kind of following along with Granddaddy Bitcoin. The same thing here as well. The volume's pretty healthy. The volume in the selling is going down, going less. It still shows a strong sign of an uptrend coming in as well. The same thing from the 4th. A lot of buying going on, a lot of support. RSI is looking fantastic as well. The moving averages is looking perfect, nice and healthy. Even if we kind of move in down just a little bit just to have a nice retracement going on, we definitely want to see that. Now, what we don't want to see is really unhealthy candles. When you start to see them really big just from out of nowhere and then small and big again, that's not where we want to be. But all in all, this is pretty healthy considering it's around the same average as what we've had, even in the minus. So it looks pretty good in that manner. So Ethereum sitting today at 3,100, much better than 2,500, of course, and so forth, right? XRP is also kind of battling it out, kind of having a little bit of uncertainty going on, but I think it's really going to move up too. It's sitting at 84, which is really good considering that we don't want to go much less than 84 per XRP. So we want to see it actually jump more. This candle here is a little worrisome because it shows it's starting out strong, finishing not so strong, right? So we kind of have that going on in this candle as well, but it does showing that it's starting to get bought back into. So kind of canceling itself out a little bit, so not too horribly wrong here. So sitting at 84, right? 84, potentially going to reach a buck here soon. Buck 20 is where we want to be back, at least coming in from like how it was back in November, so $1.30. But we can see that kind of coming back into as well. Would expect for it to kind of clean up at least by about 95, almost $1, probably by mid-March. If everything goes in our way, possibly not. It's so hard to tell though right now. But it is, the volume here all in all together is not so strong. It's pretty volatile. It's not very common here. So just watch on that as well. But XRP again is not a conservative choice for a coin. So, but if you bought into that dip back in January, you're making some money already. So of course. Now, it is definitely that moment. It looks pretty healthy. It looks like even if you buy into it now, it looks like you're probably going to make some cash. All right. Coming into Matic, RSI for it's doing much better as well. So it's doing really good, pretty strong as well. Now, some selling going on, not too much, but it looks pretty healthy all in all together. Now, the things are, if you notice these double wicks, that's kind of popping off here in Matic. That's a concern because it's kind of up and down and it shows volatility here. Now we definitely, this one, right, and these here, these little ones, this is the worrisome ones, right? So we want to keep an eye out for those. But all in all, Matic's kind of following Ethereum, sitting at $1.92, right? We want to see back around $3 here soon too. Of course, around 290, close to $3. But I would expect to see some big things here in the next month as well, considering that we're starting to dig out of this hole. So it looks like about summertime is really going to pick up and be much, much better than it has been. All right, now looking at AVAX. AVAX is also doing much, much better as well. Pretty healthy. It looks like we can continue to move forward. Looks like this trend's at least going to be at least for another week or two. Not that strong, but it could potentially continue to rise. We do want to see that with a little bit of retracement kind of going on. Now the retracement that we have like here is pretty healthy, right? Here is healthy. That's pretty good. Honestly, it's really, really great considering that we're kind of breaking out of that movement that we had before. So when we're kind of like in this range, that's kind of popping off. With it's going up, and that's good. Just kind of like at least hurtling into the midpoint of that, but it does show that we're going to eventually get out of this as well, but it's just too close to call for AVAX because it's kind of just not too sure. But in all the volume, it's just showing a little bit of battle going on. We do want to keep it into the buying here and to pick up some momentum, but it's also looking very, very well considering that what we had previously. So sitting today at around $88 for AVAX, we can see some big things coming from it in the weeks to come as well. Looking at the overall market, Bitcoin's up by 13.5 for the week, 3.41 minus for the 24-hour period. Ethereum's up by 11.69 for the weekly, down by 3.73, very close with Bitcoin, kind of following along with that. Let's see, XRP's up by 37% for the week, which is much, much better. That's what we were just speaking on. Cardano is still $1.18, still struggling it out by 9.28 in the weekly period. This again, a typical price for Cardano. Pretty much reached the market cap, I'm pretty sure of that. Solana's up by 1.5% for the weekly and down by 6.62 for the last 24 hours. AVAX is up by double digits, 19 by 35 for the week and down by 4% for the 24-hour period as well. Polkadot's up by 6.40 and down by 6.12 for the 24-hour period. Matic's also double digits for the week, 17.75%, which all of this is really showing us starting to really dig out of this hole that we're in and finally get out of the snow and start to see some sunlight, right? So, and this is what's really kind of pushing us, that's showing really good signs of this crypto winter that we're in finished relatively fast. So we can see that with moving averages, with the RSIs, MACDs, we can it kind of shows all of that. It's starting to finish up pretty quickly. Near protocol too is up 10.73 for the week and down by 9.42. Uniswap is up by 7, right? So Tron is also up by 13% for the weekly and only down by 2.19, which is really good. It's a really great coin to kind of follow along with. I think you can definitely make some money with that, especially coming up soon. I think it will continue as well. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. Do subscribe, drop a comment below, and I will see you next time.